Have you ever wondered why you keep getting in your own way? You set a goal, you work hard, and just when you are about to succeed, you sabotage it. You probably think you just lack discipline or focus, but the truth is much darker. Right now, there is a voice in your head making your decisions. You think that voice is you. It is not. According to psychologist Carl Jung, that voice is actually a hidden enemy living inside your mind. It is a collection of your buried fears, old trauma, and rejected emotions. While you are consciously trying to build a better career, make more money, or find a happy relationship, this hidden side is secretly pulling the strings to keep you stuck. You are fighting an internal civil war. And right now, you are losing. Most people try to fix this by forcing positive thoughts or repeating loud affirmations, but that just makes the hidden enemy stronger. Jung discovered a shocking truth. You cannot silence this voice. You have to negotiate with it. He called this technique active imagination. It is a specific, practical method to literally rewire your brain and force your subconscious to stop ruining your life. If you don't learn how to rewrite this hidden script today, you will spend the rest of your life watching a stranger control your destiny. Here is exactly how to stop the sabotage and take your mind back. The reason your life feels like an uphill battle isn't because you lack discipline or talent. It's because you are operating on a psychological blueprint you didn't write. Most of us believe we are the captains of our ships, making conscious choices about our careers, our partners, and our habits. But Jungian psychology suggests a much darker reality. You are currently a passenger in a vehicle driven by a version of yourself that is stuck in the past, fueled by survival instincts and repressed memories. Think about the last time you felt an irrational surge of anger, a paralyzing wave of procrastination, or that nagging feeling of unworthiness that creeps in just as you're about to succeed. That isn't just bad luck or a mood. That is your subconscious mind executing a program. Jung called this the shadow, the internal graveyard where you've buried every emotion, desire, and trait that was deemed unacceptable by your parents, your teachers, and your peers. Over time, these rejected pieces of your soul don't just disappear, they ferment, they grow teeth, and eventually, they begin to speak through your inner dialogue, masquerading as your own rational voice. This is the internal civil war. On one side, you have your conscious ego, the part of you that wants the six-figure salary, the healthy marriage, and the peaceful mind. On the other side, you have a subterranean force that views success as a threat to your safety. To the subconscious, change is dangerous, even if that change is objectively good. This is why you can read 100 self-help books and still find yourself repeating the same toxic patterns. You are trying to paint the walls of a house that has a crumbling foundation. You are attempting to use logic to negotiate with a part of your brain that doesn't speak the language of logic. It speaks the language of symbols, archetypes, and primal fear. We have been conditioned to believe that the voice in our head is a singular entity, that it is us. But if you listen closely, you'll realize that voice often sounds like a critical parent, a judgmental bully, or a scared child. It is a fragmented chorus. Every time you tell yourself, "I'm not ready," or "I'll start tomorrow," you aren't just making an excuse. You are reinforcing a neural pathway that validates your deepest insecurities. However, here is the chilling truth that most mindset coaches get completely wrong. The more you try to think positive or shout over this inner darkness with loud, aggressive affirmations, the more power you actually give it to destroy you. You've been told that the secret to success is to silence your inner critic. But what if I told you that trying to silence that voice is exactly why you're still stuck? In fact, the very act of positive thinking might be the ultimate form of self-betrayal. Positive thinking is often just a high-end coat of paint on a rotting structure. When you stand in front of a mirror and shout affirmations you don't believe, your subconscious doesn't hear, "I am a success." It hears a lie. It senses your desperation. And because the subconscious is designed to protect your current identity at all costs, it reacts by doubling down on the very failure you're trying to escape. This is why faking it until you make it usually ends in a burnout that leaves you more broken than when you started. You aren't failing because you aren't positive enough. You're failing because you're at war with a part of yourself that has a 100% win rate. Jung's breakthrough was realizing that the shadow, That dark, rejected side of your personality cannot be defeated by light. It can only be integrated. Think of your subconscious as a high-stakes hostage negotiator. It has taken your potential, your focus, and your drive captive. You can't just storm the building with good vibes and expect it to surrender. You have to walk in, sit down at the table, and ask it what it wants. But here is the catch. You've been speaking the wrong language. When you say, "I am so lazy," or "I am such a failure," you are making a fatal linguistic error. You are merging your conscious I with the fragmented voices of your shadow. You are handing the steering wheel to a passenger who wants to drive off a cliff. To stop the sabotage, you have to break the monopoly of the word I. This is the first step of the Jungian protocol. The moment you feel that surge of anxiety or that urge to procrastinate, stop. Don't try to push through it. Instead, give that feeling a seat at the table. Treat it as a separate entity. Instead of saying, "I am scared," say, "A part of me is afraid." This sounds simple, but it is a radical act of psychological surgery. It creates a buffer zone between your true self and the program running in your head. But naming the voice is only half the battle. If you stop there, you've only identified the enemy. You haven't neutralized the threat. The real secret lies in what Jung called the third way. Most people either suppress their dark thoughts or they get consumed by them. Jung suggests a third option: active imagination. This isn't just daydreaming. It's a deliberate, focused confrontation with the archetypes of your mind. You have to invite the voice, the critic, the bully, the coward, out of the shadows and let it speak its full truth, no matter how ugly it is. Why? Because the shadow doesn't want to destroy you. It wants to protect you. That paralyzing fear of failure isn't there to keep you small. It's an ancient survival mechanism trying to keep you safe from the predator of social rejection. But because you've ignored it for years, it has become a monster. To tame the monster, you have to find out what it's actually guarding. And there is a specific, 3-step verbal prompt that forces the subconscious to stop its sabotage and start working for you. If you don't use this prompt, you are essentially trying to reprogram a supercomputer using a hammer. But once you use it, the internal civil war ends instantly. Here is exactly how you flip the script. To end the internal civil war and regain control over your destiny, you must employ the 3-step linguistic protocol that Jungian scholars call the alignment inquiry. This is the precise tool that moves you from a state of possession, where your shadow controls you, to a state of integration, where your shadow powers you. The first step is the identification. The moment you feel the sabotage, the hesitation, the fear, the self-loathing, you must say out loud, "I acknowledge that a part of me is currently feeling this." By refusing to say "I am," you strip the shadow of its mask. You have just performed the psychological equivalent of turning on the lights in a room full of ghosts. You are no longer the emotion, you are the witness of the emotion. The second step is the inquiry of intent. You must address this part of yourself directly with this specific phrase: what is the positive intention behind this protection? This is where the magic happens. By asking this, you force the subconscious to reveal its blueprint. You will realize that your procrastination is actually a part of you trying to protect you from the pain of possible rejection. Your anger is a part of you trying to protect your boundaries. Suddenly, the monster isn't a monster anymore. It's a traumatized bodyguard who has been working overtime without a break. The third and final step is the command of reassignment. Once you understand the intent, you speak the final words of the protocol. "I accept your protection, but I am now choosing to express this power through your goal." In this moment, you are not suppressing the energy, you are transmuted it. You are taking the raw primal power of the shadow and plugging it into your conscious vision. This is the third way. This is how you stop being a passenger in a vehicle driven by ghosts. When you master this dialogue, the fate Jung spoke of ceases to exist. You are no longer reacting to a script written by a wounded child or a fearful ancestor. You are finally holding the pen. The gold Jung said was hidden in the shadow is not a metaphor. It is the literal energy, the drive, the charisma, and the resilience that you've been using to hold yourself back. When you stop the civil war, that energy is released. You don't just feel better, you become more. You become the integrated individual, the one who can walk into the darkness and bring back the light. You are no longer just watching your life happen to you. You are finally, for the first time, the one living it. Your subconscious is no longer your master. It is the most powerful ally you have ever known. This is how you make the unconscious conscious. This is how you take back your life. Now that you hold the keys to the alignment inquiry, you have effectively neutralized the first line of defense your shadow has built. However, the subconscious is a vast labyrinth of ancient archetypes. The king, the warrior, the magician, all currently operating on outdated, survival-based scripts. If you walk away now, the noise of your daily life will eventually drown out your new awareness, and the ghosts of your past will attempt to reclaim the steering wheel the moment you face your next challenge. Mastering your internal architecture is not a one-time event. It is a systematic dismantling of every limiting program you've ever inherited. We are building a comprehensive roadmap for this exact journey, a deep dive into the primal forces that dictate your wealth, your relationships, and your mental sovereignty. To ensure your conscious mind remains the captain and never slips back into a state of possession, you must integrate these psychological blueprints into your daily evolution. Join this collective of architects who are actively rewriting their destiny by hitting the subscribe button and leaving a like on this video. By securing your place here, you are committing to the ongoing process of making the unconscious conscious, ensuring that you, and only you, remain the one holding the pen. Prove your commitment right now by going down to the comments and typing this one sentence: I am taking back control of my destiny.